Have you ever wondered why it's so incredibly hard for AI to keep online conversations safe? Well, it turns out it's not just about the words we use, but the wild, creative, and super complex ways we mix them together. So let's dive into this hidden world of online language that can leave even the smartest computers totally stumped.
On the surface, you'd think language is pretty simple. Take a phrase like this: use your brain. It's clean, it's direct English. For a computer, piece of cake. This is exactly the kind of text that most content moderation tools were designed to handle.
In a perfect world, right, languages would just map onto each other perfectly. You'd have your English on one side and a clean, direct Telugu translation on the other. If everyone online communicated like this, honestly, automated moderation would be a solved problem. But, of course, that's not how the internet actually sounds at all.
This is how people really talk online. Novu చేసిన thing, chala worst. You see that? It's a seamless blend of Telugu written in the Roman alphabet and English words just dropped right in. And this messy, totally natural way of talking is exactly where our technology hits a massive wall. And that brings us right to the heart of the problem, the reality of something called code mixing. This is the real reason why moderating online content is so much harder than you'd think.
So what is code mixing exactly? Well, it's the totally natural thing that people who speak more than one language do all the time. They switch between languages, sometimes in the very same sentence. For us humans, it's just an efficient way to talk. But for an algorithm trying to follow a strict set of rules, it's an absolute nightmare. Okay, check out this example. Mi intla campingki yantamandi waiting. You see how the English words camping and waiting are just casually dropped into a sentence that's built on Telugu grammar? This isn't some rare thing. For millions and millions of people, this is just normal. This is how they talk every day. But the problem isn't just about swapping out a few words here and there. Oh no, it goes way deeper than that, right down to the very bones of the languages themselves, the grammar. And this creates a whole other layer of confusion for computers.
And here's where things get really interesting. English sentences are built on a subject-verb-object structure, but Telugu, it uses subject-object-verb. The entire blueprint for how you build a thought is completely different.
So in English, we've got SVO, subject, verb, object. The action, the verb, comes right after the person doing it, smack in the middle of the sentence. Think about it. He sees the dog. You've got the subject, he, the verb, sees, and the object, the dog. SVO. It's clean, it's logical, and it's totally predictable for an AI that's been trained on English text. But then you jump over to Telugu, which uses SOV, or subject, object, verb. Here, the action word, the verb, gets pushed all the way to the very end of the sentence.
And this is where it all collides. The same sentence in Telugu is Atanu kukkanu chustaru. That literally translates to he, the dog, sees. Subject, object, verb. So can you imagine what happens when you start mixing English words into a sentence with a completely opposite grammatical structure? You can see why an AI would just get completely lost.
Okay, so we've got mixed words and clashing grammar. But believe it or not, the complexity doesn't stop there. Now we have to deal with what's called the transliteration trap. So get this. When people type Telugu words using the English or Roman alphabet, there are no official spelling rules, none. So the same word can be spelled in all these different ways. An AI can't just memorize a dictionary, right? It has to somehow learn that all of these different spellings actually mean the exact same thing. So, the problem is huge. You've got mixed up vocabulary, you've got conflicting grammar, and you have wildly inconsistent spelling. How on earth do you teach an AI to navigate this kind of chaos? Well, the answer, it turns out, is incredibly human. The process is painstaking, really. First, researchers have to go out and collect thousands of these messy, real-world comments. Then, and this is the most critical part, fluent human speakers have to manually read every single comment and label it as either abusive or non-abusive. It's only after all that human work that this special data can be used to train an AI. And we're talking about a serious amount of effort here. This research involved hand-labeling 2,000 of these complex Telugu English comments. It just goes to show you, the solution isn't just about writing clever code. It's powered by a deep, nuanced human understanding of language and culture. And the results? They're absolutely staggering. Just look at this comparison. An older type of model, an SVM, it barely breaks 58% accuracy. I mean, it's basically just guessing. But a modern, large language model, the kind trained on that carefully human-labeled data, boom! Over 90% accuracy. That is a monumental leap. It's a real game changer.
You see, this is about so much more than just a cool tech breakthrough. This research is really pointing the way toward a fundamentally more inclusive and, frankly, a safer internet for everybody.
So, why does all this matter so much? Well, for one, it helps protect communities that are often completely overlooked by mainstream AI from things like online abuse. It helps fight the digital inequality that speakers of these so-called low-resource languages face every day. And at the end of the day, it pushes us to build AI that's more fair, more culturally aware, and that can help create a safer online world for literally billions of people.
This work really shows us a clear path forward. But it also leaves us with this one huge question to think about. As we celebrate this incredible progress, how many other rich, complex human conversations is our technology still completely failing to understand?